Oh, well, hello there, you beautiful, wonderful, magical human. I'm Andrea Dawn, and today we are going to do an asana flow that is very energetic for when we're feeling cold, tired, or that tamasic, dark energy, and we need to kind of liven up our spirit. So, we're going to get started in a comfortable seat. And once you arrive in that comfortable seat, ears over shoulders over hips. And we'll start today with Ganesh Mudra. So you can start by bringing your hands to prayer and then sliding your hands so that the right palm is face in. And you'll just pull away from one another with your fingertips and bring that to chest level. Ganesh is said to be the remover of all obstacles. And sometimes that dark, inert energy can feel like an obstacle. So today we're adding a little bit more active energy, rajas. Soften your brow and your jaw. Find a soft smile. And we'll take a moment to set an intention for the practice. And remember, this can just be a simple word. This is like your North Star word. So that throughout the practice, when you become distracted, when you start to think about what the rest of your day entails or what yesterday beheld for you, you can come back to what you are choosing is important. Get very clear about what this word is. Seal it in. Bring your hands through prayer. Big inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Here I am. Props to you for showing up. That is often the most difficult part. And we're going to get started today. Recline down on our backs. And when you get down onto your back, you'll just hug your knees into your chest. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Good. Then extend your legs up into the air, arms down next to the sides of the body. Flex and point the feet. Circle the ankles. Now reach your arms straight up into the air. Lower your left leg. And now we're just going to sit up and reach towards the right foot without moving the leg. Pause and hold there. And then lower right leg down, arms overhead. And then we'll do that with the left leg. So you'll lift the left leg, sit up, reach your fingertips towards the ceiling, and then lower down. And then just continue that and really begin to link your breath and your movement. Now the next time that your right leg is up, pause and hold. Reach a little bit more, hold. Then hug the right knee in towards the chest. Bring it up then towards the armpit. And take your right arm to the inside of the right leg. Take hold of the outer blade edge of the foot. Pause there. That might be enough. Or maybe you lift the sole of the foot so it's more parallel to the ceiling and draw the thigh down next to the side of the body. So in our half happy baby. This left hand might rest on the left hip, just to make sure we're not kind of rolling over towards the left, but right, but keeping the hips level. Now extend the right leg out to the right. Use the right hand as support underneath the side of the leg. And then cross the leg all the way over the body into a spinal twist. You might keep the leg straight, you might bend the knee, you might now prop with your left hand underneath the leg. Open your arms up to a T or cactus arms. Now roll onto your left side body so you can swing this right hand around, press yourself up, take your left hand to support underneath your ear, and we'll add a quad stretch in the bottom leg. So you'll bend the bottom knee, the left knee, take hold of the left foot with the right hand. Press the heel in towards the bum. Release that, come back onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. Extend your legs up into the air, extend your arms up into the air. Lower your right leg down. Sit up and reach, and then left leg down, arms overhead. A few more rounds of this. You might be using your audible breath where you're dragging the breath along the back of the throat, your ujjayi breath. And then the next time that your left leg is up, pause and hold there. Reach a little higher, hold. Then hug the left knee in towards the chest. Then bring it a little bit more over towards the armpit. Good. Then we'll take the left arm inside of the left leg, take hold of the outer blade edge of the foot, pause. You could stay right there. Or you could lift so that the sole of the foot is more parallel to the ceiling, maybe right hand to right hip. Remember, this entire practice is all about your agency and developing your ability to recognize and feel subtleties. And then decide what position would be most helpful and beneficial for your body and your being. Sometimes it's choosing what's more uncomfortable, but not all of the times. So you can notice your patterns as well. So my words are always just a suggestion and kind of a framework for you to work inside or outside of. Now we'll take the left leg out towards the left, support it with your left hand. And then lift up and over, all the way over towards the right into a spinal twist, where you might keep the leg straight, bend the knee, prop it, not prop it. Take the arms out to a T or cactus arms. I like to say the A in yoga stands for authenticity, awareness, and agency. And sometimes it's helpful to practice at home in these intimate settings where you can really work on making those choices and decisions in the comfort of your own home. And then it might be helpful to go to a class and see how that might influence you. And resolve to do what's right for you versus regardless of who's around or who's teaching. All right, now we're going to turn this into a quad stretch. So you'll turn a little bit more over onto your right side body. You can bring this left hand around, prop the right hand underneath the ear, bend the bottom leg or the right leg. Take the left hand towards the right heel and press it in towards the bum. Let that go. Roll back onto your back. Hug your knees back into your chest. This time we'll extend the legs up into the air and give them a good shake out. And then we're going to meet all fours, even tabletop position. So once you find your even tabletop position, extend your left leg back behind you. Then take your left leg over towards the right, press the heel away from you, come down onto your left forearm and reach the right hand over towards the left. Put your awareness into your right side body. And then come on back up and we'll just do that on the other side. So you'll extend the right leg out long. Take that over towards the left, cross it behind you. Press the heel back, come down onto your right forearm, then take the left arm and reach it all the way over towards the right corner of your mat. Good, back to all fours. 2 rounds of cat-cow. Tilt the tail up, let the belly drop. Lift through the heart and chest. At the very top of that, bring your lower jaw over your upper jaw. And then round the spine, point the tail down. Reach the chest bone towards the pubic bone. One more. Good, walk the hands back to the standing knees, and then we'll just do a few twists here, letting the arms swing freely. Good, then clasp the hands behind you, reach the held hands down, and then start to bend the knees. Let the bum hover over the ankles or the heels, and maybe lift the held hands a little bit more over. You might shift the shoulders from side to side. Good, release that, come to all fours, and we'll start our flow portion of the class. It's always a good idea to make sure that you're really nice and warmed up, that you've talked to all the parts of your spine so that we get the most out of our flow. Tuck the toes, pike the hips up and back into our downward facing dog. Maybe a few pedal outs to start. So if you're not sure of the length of your dog, you can roll forward into high plank so that the shoulders are over the wrists. And that will give you a good idea. And then once you pike your hips up and back, heels hidden behind the toes. Press the heels down. Doesn't matter if they hit the earth or not. That's just the energy of the heels pressing down and the inner thighs spiraling up. Grip through your finger pads. And draw your armpits back and down. Good, now inhale to lift the right leg. Exhale to take the right knee over towards the right elbow. Pause and hold there. Push the floor away. Good, take the right leg back and up. Bend the knee, and we're not really opening the hip, but it's kind of understandable as why we would say that. So you'll bend the knee. See if you can keep the shoulders square to the front of the mat. Then re-extend the right leg long, right knee, right elbow. Push the floor away, lift a little bit higher. One more time, right leg back and up. Bend the knee. Right knee back towards left elbow, and then extend the leg out long. So we're coming into our fallen triangle position. Pause there. And then we're going to lower the hip down and lift back up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips down. Take this off and make sure I'm not blocking my microphone here. I'm in Guatemala, and the mornings and the evenings are very chilly. Okay, so now we're seated in a wide leg position. So we came from here, let the bum come down, reach the arms up, hands meet at high prayer, flex the feet, hinge forward. And then back up, and we'll do that 2 more times. Good, now we're just going to reverse those movements. Right hand goes down, left hand goes down. And I'm going to start to pivot and turn on the ball mound of my left foot as I bring the right knee up towards the right armpit. Okay, and then step the right foot in between the palms. Anchor the left, windmill the arms up, warrior 2. For our warrior 2, let's make sure the hips are level and the shoulders are over the hips. Then this right knee energetically moving back in space, so that the knee isn't bowing in. So that might feel like taking the right foot like it's a dial and turning that dial. Arms to a T, gaze over the right middle finger. Let's get a little bit deeper. Come back to your intention, soften your brow, soften your jaw. So when we're holding postures, it's a good time to notice where you hold excess tension. Good. Straighten the right leg, hands meet at high prayer. Turn the right foot in, left foot towards the back of the mat, arms back out to a T. We're going to go into triangle pose, but we're not going to hold. We're going to do a few lifts. So you'll start to tilt the pelvis as you bring the left hand down, stack the right arm over the left. And then right away, we're going to use the core body to lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time we'll stay down, pause, engage the left quad, stamp down through the outer blade edge of the right foot, your back foot. Good, now we're gonna lift and reverse. So use the core body again and the legs stamp down to lift and reverse your triangle. So I like to slide the right hand across my hips to make sure my hips stay level. Then flip the left palm to the sky and reverse. Keep pressing down through the left foot so that you're finding the length come from in between the left hip and the left armpit. Inhale. Exhale to windmill the arms down. And we're going to go into a revolved half moon. So you're going to windmill the arms, pivot on the ball mound of the right foot. This right hand is going to come in front of the left foot or to the left of it. I have these little chimes here, kind of the perfect block height that I'm going to bring my right hand to, then lift the right leg. Then level out. So think head, heart, hips, heel, then rotate the spine to the left. Then from there, maybe extend the left arm. Good. Now, bring the right foot behind and outside of the left. So you can land with tented fingers, both hands down. Step the right foot behind and outside of the left. Push through the big toe ball mounds of the feet. Lift and hang for just a breath. Then squeeze your inner thighs together, roll yourself up to stand, reach your arms up, and we'll rotate to the left. Navel, ribs, chest, arms to a T. Back through center, and rotate to the right. Navel, ribs, chest, collarbone, arms to a T. It even feels like instead of letting my whole hip girdle turn, I'm going to press this right hip a little bit more forward so I can find more rotation of the spine. Good, now from here we're going to go into half moon. So we'll ground through the left foot. This right leg's going to go back as my upper body comes forward. Steady your breath. Okay, transition here from our half moon into Skandasana front. So I'm going to bend deep into my left knee, lower the right leg, lift, hands go to high prayer, switch the feet, bend into the right knee, squat to the inside of the right knee. Maybe you hold right here, maybe you come down a little bit further. If you're coming down into a full Skandasana, sit your bum down, lift your heart and chest up. Use this right elbow to open up the right leg a little bit more. But other options could be that you're up and holding a little bit higher, or bringing hands to prayer there. All right, now we'll pivot and turn back towards the front of the mat. Left hand to the inside of the right foot, rotate to the right. Scissor the legs, meaning if I was drawing a diagonal between my right heel and my left toes, I'm trying to shorten that diagonal. Now, strong legs to lift into a high crescent twist. And we're just going to go back and forth for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Windmill the arms down, plant them out in front of you, lift the left leg, standing split. We'll start with level hips. So you could flex the left foot, see that the toes are facing straight down behind you. And then maybe from there you bend the knee and stack. Good, now we're gonna come up to stand. So you might set the left foot down or see about bringing it all the way through. I'm gonna straighten the leg and see if I can pull it through, kind of like I'm doing a deadlift. Pull the leg through, come up to stand. Lift the left knee so it's in line with the left hip. Reach your arms up high. And then we'll take it back to warrior 3. Maybe hold here or maybe some warrior 3 squats. So you'll bend deeper into the knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time to flow if you're choosing to flow. So we can step back for this first flow. We'll do a modified flow. Drop the knees. Lower down. Elbows go straight back behind you. Land the chest. Press through the tops of the feet and the pubic bone. Find a baby back bend. Baby cobra. Back to all fours. And then our downward facing dog. And we'll repeat that on the other side. So I'm going to switch the front of my mat. Find your dog. Come back to your breath and your intention. Inhale to lift the left leg. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Pause. Back and up. Option to bend. Left knee, right elbow. One more time, back and up. Option to bend. Left knee, right elbow. And here is where we'll extend the leg into our fallen triangle. Now we're just going to lower and lift the hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips down. Windmill the arms up. We're in a wide leg seated position. Flex the feet, hinge forward. 3 times. After your third, we'll just reverse those steps. Left hand down, right hand down. Come back to the ball mound of your right foot. Lift the left knee towards the left armpit. Then step the left foot in between the palms. Anchor right. Windmill the arms up, warrior 2. And then we'll take a moment to settle into our warrior 2. Breathe. Hands meet at high prayer. Turn the left foot in, right foot towards the back of the mat. We start with level hips. Arms come back out to a T. Now we'll tilt the hips into triangle pose. And remember, for this triangle, we're going to lower and lift a few times. Three, 2. Last one, we'll stay down. Steady the breath. Maybe you even feel like you're kind of leaning back a little bit. You could always use this top hand to bring the hand behind the head or to help adjust the ribs. Good, now we lift and reverse. Right palm to the sky. I like to slide my left hand across the hips so I can make sure that that's my base. Ground down through the right foot and find all of the length coming in the side body. Sometimes we tend to take the whole hip girdle back. See if we can level that. Good. From here, revolved half moon. Windmill the arms down. This left hand goes in front of the right foot and maybe to the right of it, lift the left leg. Find your alignment, head, heart, hip, heel. Squeeze the inner thighs, then rotate to the right. Both hands down, step left foot behind and outside of right. Your feet are crossed. We'll roll up just a little bit. Give yourself a good hang. Let the upper body relax. And then push through the big toe ball mounds. Squeeze the inner thighs. Roll yourself all the way up. Hands meet at high prayer. Notice if you're kind of sticking your bum out, let's level out by pointing the tail down. Rotate to the right, arms to a T. Back through center, rotate to the left. It's like I'm pushing this left hip point forward. And then half moon. So ground down through the right foot to take this left leg back, upper body forward. All right, here comes Skandasana. So I like to bend deep into the right knee, lower the left leg, then lift high prayer, switch the feet, come to the inside of the left leg, back to the front of the mat, Skandasana. Okay, now we lift and pivot forward. So lift, pivot, right hand to the inside of the left foot, rotate the spine to the left. Strong scissoring of the legs, and we're just going to come to our crescent twist and back down again for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Windmill the arms down, lift the right leg, standing split. Level hips first. And then maybe from there, you stack and lift. And now we're going to drag the right leg through. So I think of it like a deadlift, to extend the right leg long. Keep the leg straight and moving like a pendulum. I'm pressing down through the left leg to drag this right leg through. As I come up to stand, bend the knee, reach the arms up high. And now we're taking that back to warrior 3. Any arm variation, maybe hands are in prayer, out wide, back behind you, where you might hold right here or work into your warrior 3 squats for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Into a flow, a more traditional flow this time. We'll come to chaturanga, so bend the elbows 90 degrees. Then up and over the toes. See if you can keep the thighs lifted. Find movement in the mid to the upper back for your upward facing dog. Then use the core body lift, downward facing dog. Settle back into your breath. Come back to your intention. And we're going to flow through that one more time, and we'll add on some more kind of repetition movements for some strength-based movements. So come back to your downward facing dog. Come forward, high plank. Back to downward facing dog. Come forward, high plank. Option to add a chaturanga push-up. Maybe you drop your knees. Press it up, downward facing dog. Back and forward. And now here we're going to go 2 chaturanga push-ups. Maybe you drop your knees. Downward facing dog. Last time, forward And we've got, you guessed it, 3. Uno, dos, tres. Downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the right leg. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. You kind of have the roadmap. You know where we're going. We'll move a little faster. Right leg back and up. Option to bend and open. Right knee, left elbow. Back and up. Option to bend and open. Option this time to flip your dog. Nice and slow and controlled. Back and around. Right knee, left elbow, fallen triangle. Lower the hips down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep them down. Windmill the arms up, hands meet at high prayer. Just one time this time, we'll fold forward. Bring it back up, reverse your movement, right hand down, left hand down, right knee, right tricep. Good, let's lower it down to the wrist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the right foot in between the palms, windmill the arms up, warrior 2. Hands meet at high prayer, shift your legs, triangle back. We're gonna lower and lift in our triangle for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time as we lift, we're just gonna reverse. Then windmill the arms down, revolved half moon. Right hand plants, lift the right leg, rotate to the left. Option to bend the right knee, take the left hand to the right foot. And then maybe you start to find some opposition. Maybe you come up into a revolved dancer. Now wherever you are, we're gonna meet right foot behind and outside of the left, feet crossed. Roll it up to stand. Reach the arms up high. Rotate to the left. Back through center, rotate to the right. Into half moon. The right leg goes back. Good, now we're taking this into Skandasana front. From Skandasana front into lunge twist. Lift, pivot, land the left hand, rotate to the right. And here's where we come up into our high crescent twist and then back down for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, windmill the arms down, left leg up, standing split. Option to bend and open. And now we're gonna drag the leg through, come up to stand, left knee in line with the hip. Good, take it back, warrior 3. Option to hold your warrior 3 or add warrior 3 squats for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step the left foot back, right foot back. Option to take a flow, which means that there's always an option to rest as well. Back into our downward facing dog. Reset, come back to your breath. And we'll work through that one final time. Bring your intention into your heart space. Give it a wink and a smile. Roll forward, high plank. Back to downward facing dog. Roll forward, high plank. Option for a chaturanga push-up. maybe with the knees down. Downward facing dog. Roll forward high plank, option for 2. Downward facing dog. Roll forward high plank, option for 3. Nice work, yogis. Left leg back and up. Left knee, right tricep. Take it back. Option to bend and open. Option to flip. Nice and slow, bring it back around. Left knee, right tricep. Lower and lift for 5, 4. Oh, I think we did that on the other side. 3, 2, 1. Extend, fallen triangle. Now we lower and lift here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips down. Sweep the arms up. Fold forward. It's okay, we're just getting double the fun. Reverse your movement. Left knee, left armpit down to the wrist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the foot in between the palms. Bring it up, warrior 2. Into triangle back. We're going to lower and lift here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, when we come up, we're going to reverse. And then windmill the arms down, revolved half moon. Left leg is up, rotation is to the right. You could hold or see about starting your revolved dancer where you bend the left knee, take hold of the foot with the hand, find opposition between hand and foot. Maybe you start to lift. And we meet in a sciatic fold. Left foot behind and outside of right. Good, then roll yourself up to stand. Rotate to the right. Back through center, rotate to the left. Now into our half moon, take the left leg back. From half moon, Skandasana, front. Lunge twist. High lunge. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, windmill the arms down, take the right leg up, standing split. Now let's sweep the right leg through, bend the knee, reach the arms up. Warrior 3, take the right leg back. Option to hold or take your warrior 3 squats for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step back. Option to take a flow. If you didn't get enough push-ups, great time to do that. Now, come down onto the knees. Spread them wide, bring your toes together, find child's pose. Walk your hands over towards the right. And then through center and over towards the left. Stay with me. Back through center, walk the hands in. Sometimes after we do the flow, there's kind of a, okay, I'm done. I did the work. but we want to give ourselves the opportunity for a little more core work and for integration. So you'll sit up nice and tall, legs extended in front, reach the fingers for the toes, lower down. We're just going to bring the low back onto the mat and hold. Breathe, steady the breath. Yep, keep holding. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift, reach for the toes. Good. Now we're going to come back and lower a little bit further this time, but hold. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift. Reach for the toes. One more round. This time we're going to come almost to where our shoulder blades are touching. Not quite. And hold. Keep reaching forward. Keep the feet flexed. Maybe you add some tiny pulses here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down onto the back. Hug the knees into the chest. Bring the soles of the feet down, heels slightly in front of the knees, arms down next to the sides of the body. A few rounds of rolling bridge. Let's just quickly take care of our spine. We're almost there. Now, maybe you hold your bridge, or maybe you add some one leg bridge lifts. So to do one leg bridge lifts, you're in your bridge and you'll extend the right leg out so that it's in line with the left. Hips are level. Now lower down, tap the butt and lift. We're going to do 10 on each side. 8, 7, really stamp down through the left foot. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay lifted. Land the sole of the right foot. Extend the left. Here we go. 10. Articulate the spine on the way down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step the left foot down, lower down. Heel toe the feet wide. Windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Now, if you have time and space in your day, here's where you might add an inversion or a happy baby or anything else that feels like this would complete your practice. Make sure that you leave space for Shavasana. This little pause in between our next activity is everything. Our body doesn't move as fast as our mind, and it needs time to catch up. So if you're ready to head into Shavasana, extend your legs about mats width distance, feet splayed out to the side, arms 6 inches off the sides of the body, palms face up. Come back to the intention that you set in the beginning of practice. And then it's as if you're going to breathe that word into every cell of your body. And then eventually let even that fade. Time and space for us to remember that we are whole, that we are beautiful, that we are enough, just as we are today in this very moment. And our ability to recognize that means we get to enjoy this life today. because we don't actually know that we'll have tomorrow. It is always a blessing, honor, and privilege to share yoga with you. Please like and subscribe so that we get to yoga together more often. My heart sees and feels and smiles to yours. Namaste, yogis.